All right, what up, Cyclones? We have ES, the weekly futures. So it's the SP 500 futures. Now, I came across something that I think that I missed. All right. So I was doing analyzation and I want to show you what I'm looking at. So as you can see on the weekly, we have only been above the 79 area on the RSI 3 times in the last 23 years. Okay. So we got right there, we have right here, and we have currently right here. Every time has caused a drop, okay? Every time has caused a correction and then a drop. So you'll see right here where I have highlighted, that was the 50 SMA bounce on the weekly, and then it bounced off of the 200 SMA, all right? Then you'll see on this one where it got above 79 on the weekly RSI. We had the 50 SMA bounce about 3 times, and then we had the drop. It bounced at the 200 SMA, but then it fell through to the 400 SMA right there in blue. Okay. Now we have the current state of things where we got above the 79 on the RSI. We already had our 50 SMA bounce. Are we going to bounce? And you see, I have the target first at 50 SMA, then the 200. We could possibly hit the 200. In my opinion, it is very possible for us to not only drop to the 400 SMA, but below it. In my opinion, it's very possible. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. So this is what we're looking for. How do we scan the top? How do we figure out where the top is going to be? All right. A lot of people say don't do that. You can't figure out where the top is going to be. But if you look right here, this to me is a setup for an expanded or irregular flat. Okay. So you have A with Elliott wave, you have A, you have B, which actually exceeds the beginning of A, and then you have C down. Okay. Now I'll give you an example. You see right here where the A wave comes down and then the B wave goes up and exceeds the beginning of wave A, and then the C wave comes down. Okay. So the B wave is supposed to be, a certain percentage. All right. Now let's look back at the chart. Okay. Let's look back at the chart. So as you can see, it's supposed to be like ABC for A, ABC for B, and then ABC for, or like in 5 waves for wave C. Okay. So in my opinion, I would say from here to here is about like wave A for that, for that B wave. So for me, it would be A, and then that side action would be B, and then that last hoorah would be C. Now it can extend all the way up to the 161.8% retracement. That negative sign, it's a negative, but it does mean that that's the 161.8% retracement. So we got to the 161.8% retracement, and then we had that COVID drop, right? Now, this is just a possibility. This doesn't really have to happen, but this is something I'm keeping my eye on, right? So in order for us to get the measurement for that C wave, and by the way, I don't really lead with Elliott waves. It's just something that I learned to be able to see other things. So you have to get the measurement of wave A to see where wave C is going to go. Normally, it goes to the 127.2% retracement, which is right there. Like I said, the negative sign, you just add 100. All right. So that's 127.2 right there. Now, peep this. Let's erase this. All right. Now, like I said, RSI hasn't been over 79 for 27 years or something like that. See, it's not even close. See, boom. That's not 79. That's 73. We're in the 90s now. Now we're in like 96. That's the first time, right? So every time there was a drop, it's 100% chance that there's going to be a drop. We just don't know how big, but we might know right now. So in my opinion, we're in an expanded flat or irregular flat again. This is the A wave down, or could be, by the way. This is the A wave down. This is the B wave up. So remember, it has to be like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. And then to me, this is A, this is B, this is C. Now, let's test that theory out, okay? So we'll take this and do the fibs for the A wave and look where it ends at. The 161.8% retracement, right where we're having trouble and have been having trouble for the last 2 months, 3 months, going on 3 months actually. All right. So we started having trouble there on March 18th. Still haven't gotten above it. I mean, we have, but we got below it. It's having trouble there on the 161.8% retracement, which would be an extended B wave. Now, that's the same thing that happened over here, as you can see. Same thing, same type of action. Now, what would happen? Of course, this is the weekly chart, so it might take some weeks, but where could we possibly drop to? We have to retrace the A wave. This is not exact, but I'll post exact measurements in the Discord. Boom. So we could possibly drop to that 127.2 range that we see down here. So this would be the drop zone all the way down to around 3,098 if this holds true. Okay.